that sends it to PMA LCS. Yes, no, maybe so. Yep, we're live. Perfect. I've done it. I'm a genius. Sky, I am the fuck you.
Oh my goodness, we made it.
I've done
I
it.
have ads and everything.
Go ahead and run some ads. Run some ads.
We just got in Adam.
Hey, fuck you. Ads.
Hey, you guys wanted to watch this stream that's behind now?
No. No. You don't get to see the spicy Belveth pick.
It's perfect because, you know, I can't see the last of this draft at least, but, you know, that's fine.
As the most scuffed broadcast so far this year.
Oh, nothing scuffed about this. Perfectly planned. I love how Sign is not showing up on your
What's not showing up?
He's just completely a hollowed out body
on
the stream itself.
Lovely. That is functioning as intended.
As intended.
As intended, and a Yorick pick.
See. Katarina is spicy into the team of squishies. I do like that. Especially for someone who's running that. Probably Stormion's running Katarina. That's going to be I feel like it's going to be a slaughter. Like, personally, like, it just seems like it's a really solid pick as long as he doesn't engage in on the Scion. He should just be able to do a lot of damage easily.
Yeah, I mean, it's rough for Naturally Dangerous to fight this ONYX team, you know? Like, they have some options, but they're not amazing options, right? Like, Naturally Dangerous is looking more to pick. ONYX is really hard to pick. Like, Maokai, Swain, Katarina, those are not champions that are easy to, like, 100-0, unless you just get really, really fed. But again, we haven't actually said this on this stream. So Naturally Dangerous currently working with 2 different subs from their normal roster. I believe Klugscheiber's internet is not functioning properly, and their jungler, Zach QR, just not showing up. So, unfortunate circumstances, but we did manage to find some subs for them.
I do see Belveth probably is a Budnificent pick, knowing his champ pool, so I can probably expect to see Budnificent jungle. Bot lane's looking something probably like Sivir's going to be on Sturcha, would be my just safe assumption, I think.
I would bet, personally, I think it will be Symphonia John on AD carry and Sturcha on the support Ashe. If I had to guess.
I just like the idea of Sivir jail for Sturcha personally. Like, I'm still on the idea.
Oh, yeah?
Of keeping Sivir jail. Yeah, I just think it's funny. I think, you know, just play that champ every game you play. I think it'll go. I think you'll eventually get it all figured out.
Sounds like a plan. I'm curious why Ashe was the call. Like, I know Ashe support is, super meta pick right now. However, it's not. It's not like the end all be all, right? Like, it's kind of. It falls victims to a lot of other things in the league meta. For instance, a Swain. Like, Swain Varus is going to eat Sivir Ashe for lunch, and it's not going to be funny.
Yeah, I think on top of that also, when it comes to just draft positioning and understanding how drafts, like, you know, the choices of drafts, allowing mid to have the counter pick so easily, knowing that you're going to be playing Lux mid, not having that be a potential a support player, a support character either, just allowing ONYX to play Katarina into it. I don't know. It seems like it's a really aggressive play. It's really bold by ND to just choose their mid lane second pick and allowing them to counter pick it. I think, like, you could justify it if you're like the last pick on the first rotation, because then you get like 2 essential bans if you wanted to for that champ. But it's interesting. Very interesting.
All right. So I think we
Plus,
both kind of have the same opinion, which is that like if there was one team that we think won this draft, it's probably ONYX, right? So let's
I
talk
think
about
I think so.
how could Naturally Dangerous pick a win up out of this? Like what is their angle into winning the game?
I think that they can. Uh, I mean, I just when I look at Onyx's teams, I see a really solid team fight with Maokai ult, Swain ult, and this Katarina damage is gross. I'm assuming that Yorick is going to be on split push duty, so I think if you can find ways of punishing the split push duty guy, um, you know, don't give up objectives for it, things like that. But I think if you can get York into a point where he can't really split push effectively, and let the rest of their team dirtle, you can have characters like Cyan that can either match that or just beat him in the 1v1. I think that's an outlet for them. Their team does scale very well. Belveth, Sivert, Lux, they're all champs that are going to do an insane amount of damage late game. So the longer this game goes on, I think they're in more favor because Katarina is still good, but I believe Ash R gets rid of Cat R. Does Belveth Knockup also get rid of Cat R?
Yeah, any kind of CC will disrupt Kadar.
Yeah, so I think there's two potential lines for them if they get to a point where they can not only build their main items, but they get to build a little bit tankier where they can CC Cat before when she gets into her point. They can start winning team fights that way. Could always be an option. What else? I do like the overall poke comp they have with Sivir, Lux, and Ash. They definitely play a better ranged game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, with Varus and Maokai, you do get chip damage still with Maokai E's and various Qs, but I do think ND has much better poke.
Now, here's the interesting thing for me is that I can't see the red team. I can't see who they are. We know Stormyon is probably the cat. We know that probably Koidradix is the Swain. So, who is the Yorick? Is that going to be a Justin No Not Yorick?
A
Let's
great
see. We're
question.
about to get into game. Well, we'll get
I
into.
should. I want to make sure you and I are on the same time
Oh,
too
it is a.
when we get into
It
the
is
game.
a Tobex Yorick jungle.
That is spicy. That is very spicy.
Sky. Sky, hold me. It's happening. It's happening. Oh my god. This is
What you never thought you'd see the Yorick jungle pick?
not game one. Not their first debut game. With their
What time are
main
you at, by the way?
roster, no subs, just pulling out a casual Tobex Swain jungle. Alright. Party.
What time do you have currently?
Oh, let me pause. I am paused at 21.
I'm at 23 right now.
Okay, pause at 25 and I'll catch up to you.
Okay. 25.
Alright, I am there.
All right. I click continue.
Wait, what?
Oh, I unpaused my game.
Okay, go to 30
Okay.
or
I'm at
wherever
30.
wherever
I'm
you
at 31
can.
right now.
Okay, so we got to do a countdown, bud. If you
Oh, okay, okay,
because
okay,
if you
okay.
just okay, 3, 2, 1, unpause.
All right. My first time. This is my first time. I apologize.
You are all good. This is why we have these conversations. So let's get that scoreboard up. Take a look at what is coming out as a build. It is Scorch Claw. Scorch Claw Yorick Jungle. Oh my goodness. It's everything I've ever wanted and more.
I'm hoping for some this. I mean, this is already spicy. I think they definitely fooled both of us with the Maokai top. I am excited to see how the York jungle benefits. I'll be honest. I've never cleared with him before. I've never played York jungle, so I have no idea what the clear looks like. I have no idea how healthy his clear looks.
So
it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
in my mind, he should be a 3 camper. Because you're essentially an auto attack reset for a while, right? Like you're not a super efficient clearing jungler at least not until you get your babies up. So my
Yeah, especially
assumption,
and with the XP like basis of how jungle is right now too, you definitely are a little bit forgiven on playing some more gank heavy champs. So things like Lee Sin, Elise, things like York, who maybe doesn't want to clear, do a full clear. They're champs that can still get their catch up XP, and it's going to still allow them to benefit pretty decently into the mid game. They won't be super far behind from
yeah.
doing a 3 camp.
Now it's not on screen right now, but Tobex is opting for a full clear, which kind of mirrors the Belveth. He's about even with her right now. They're both clearing at the same approximate speed. So nothing gonna be too crazy happening in the early game. You got tank slapping in the top lane, and bot lane, whatever this nightmare is going to become eventually. But nothing insane going on here.
Looking mid lane, Cat's pretty poked on already, which is bound to happen early game. Lux it just naturally has abilities that allow her to outrange the Katarina, but as long as she plays safe, she could get to a point where she can just all in her and get all her damage in.
Right.
But she just needs to play safe for these first couple of levels, I think.
It's also quite difficult for Cat to go in for any kind of like true kill threat right now against the Lux. Lux is running barrier, and I also noticed a couple times Will was doing a good job of waiting for Cat to use her mobility before throwing out Q. It looks like we do have a pause for it. Looks like the Varus No Not November has DC'd. Both look like they should be back in the game. We did get ours in chat, so not sure what's going on now.
It's just, I think the game is unpausing.
There we go.
Like a 5-second cooldown for it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. And we are right back in it. Okay, Quadratic getting a good pull under turret. Nothing too damaging for Searcher, though. He'll pop back up. Yeah, the storyline of this game so far is just going to be like where these junglers decide to make their first move. Both are finishing their full clear about the same time. Just going right on to Scuttle. Belveth opting for top side. Yorick opting for bot.
The interesting
or actually
part
more
is
like a
Yorick
mid play here.
Yorick is full health still too. He's full health on a 6-camp clear. That is impressive.
Yeah, will be
Yorick walking over a ward currently.
Well, something to know about Yorick, he does get health back on his Q. He's got fleet footwork, and jungle healing was increased recently, so not too uncommon, especially, to be frank, as slow as the clear was. Like, it wasn't an especially fast clear, so probably some things to optimize there. But Toby going in, Wilbrooks flashing into the cage, but will get out. So an effective flash nonetheless does get him out of danger.
You see Yorick helping push the wave. What a kind sir.
Yes.
Push it under so that way the cat can back.
Junglers always take the mid wave. They love it when you do that. You'll never have more fun in solo queue than when you take your mid laner's wave and they give you a friendly emote in return. Do it, I promise. Always friendly.
It is very wholesome moment for mid lane.
Yeah, like they say, any kind of emote is a good emote. So, even if it doesn't look like a good emote, they meant it with the best of intentions. Just take the wave. It's yours. You did hard work. You cleared your whole jungle. You deserve a piece of that pie.
We see a lot of great vision bot side right now from our red team. One thing I was hoping from Yorick is still full clearing. I think he can get away with a dragon play here because of that position. He can always do a reverse clear, and that's where your objective's at. So with how far the bot wave is pushed in, I expected something like a reverse clear to try and take a dragon early game or something. But it looks like he's planning on going top side.
Yeah, that is
maybe he's just playing for mid lane still.
I mean, it's a good observation. Like, Dragon is absolutely an option, especially with how hard Quadratic and November are winning this lane. Both of the summoners, or sorry, the Flash flown off of Symphonia John and taken down to about 100 health right now. So yeah, absolutely could be a Dragon angle here. Shove this wave in, just go right to Dragon. But this is something normally that bot lane would call, right? Because jungler is doing their own thing. Maybe they see bot lane smashing, but they don't know the intention.
Sure,
and now,
I think they're pinging the dragon now.
Yeah, bot lane is now pinging on the dragon. Toby is finishing his wolves.
At least for me, I would always call that. I would definitely let my laners know. When you see a Sivir that's that low health, I feel like it's pretty. I wouldn't say common, but I feel like it's pretty. It'd be pretty normalized to say, "Hey, I'm doing a dragon kit once the the Sivir backs," or even if it was something not like if you have something that can dive that tower also too. Ashe isn't 6 yet. They have no form of CC for you. They've got a slow it and an exhaust that they can use, but you guys can functionally dive that tower too.
Yeah.
And try and get a pick even before the dragon. I think these are really great things that they could be doing during this time.
Yeah, it looks like the call might have been dragon. Someone called it off for whatever reason, and so Yorick is just cleaning up camps on the map. I will note, it would be a mistake to try and start Dragon now as your bot lane is backed.
Yes.
And this jungle play, let's see if it works out for him. He is invading the Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth level 6.
Also down a level 2.
Nope, just going to walk it out. Track knows where the Bel'Veth is. That's good enough for him as Stormyon gets first blood, solo killing Will Brooks. Will Brooks not bothering to burn the barrier. Not a good time. Knew he was dead anyways. But yeah, I think
also smart as Stormyon to zone down. As soon as you saw Bel'Veth pushing the Yorick, Stormyon started rotating with the Lux, and Lux was caught out there because she went right through that little area between the Raptors and that mid river, and Stormyon just capitalized right on that.
Yep. So
combo breakered her.
Slight misposition from the Wilbrooks there. I will say I think I figured out what Tobek's Law is doing right now. His goal is not to make plays. His goal is not to get dragons and objectives. His goal is to track the enemy jungler and throw the maiden at someone. Like so. John does manage to get out of the terrible situation he was in as Budnificent, and the Wilbrooks catch him out. Flash gone from Tobek's Law. Damage going out, and it will be the Yorick jungle falling first as Budnificent chases on. Katarina getting into the mix, flashes in, will not find anything just yet. CC going out, will pick up Budnificent in a quick display. Double kill for the Katarina. Oh, not quite a double. We do get 2 kills, though. An overall 3 for none play from the side of... 3 for 1 play on the side of... ONYX Gaming. Nature Dan also going out here. We'll see if he commits the ult. Not yet up. Nope. They will just walk it out. Alright. Kind of an intense sequence of events there as, not sure I agree with Dan's TP down. He will lose, just a massive wave top and give Greg Boy, maybe 2 plates here. Kind of sacrificing his own lead that he had here in top lane.
Did he teleport or did he just ult down?
Maybe he ulted in or walked down. He didn't teleport.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It just seems like it's a lot of wasted potential. Not only is Maokai getting plates now, but you have a relatively it was a relatively even lane too. I would argue that he was ahead in that lane before he had to pack. Before he moved down bot side. So he's just allowing that Maokai that chance to not only get a level up on him now, but he's also giving him plates. He's also giving him the CS lead that, he's getting a CS back into where he needs to be at. And he's also crashing a cannon wave. It's just, I think he might come back in time for that cannon wave, but it just seemed like trading 2 plates for no action bot side for you wasn't necessarily worth it.
Yeah, it looks like teams will start to trade objectives here. Budnificent taking the opportunity to go for Herald. Stormyon has smelled it and is going to go contest him. Budnificent using his E early. This is going to look bad, as he will go down to this Katarina damage. And thanks for the leash, baby. They did make a change to Herald recently this past. That means if it had hard reset, it would have been a little bit harder for Red Team to capitalize on that. But just not things not going the way of Naturally Dangerous right now. I think, yeah, Stormyon just making a huge impact here with this Katarina pick, roaming all over the place, getting all the kills he needs, and no one being able to match him.
This is an issue that I normally have because I see. I don't want to flame butt here, but he still has a stealth word, and I think depending on the champ that you're playing, it's important to be carrying, scanners with you, having something like that, especially if you're not going to have pinks on you, because we see that the Rift Herald pit has been it has vision on it the entire time you're trying to take that, so they know exactly when they want to go in, they know exactly when to capitalize on. And if you just bring up,
Symphonia John finding a good timing here. Will be a kill picked up for Sturcha in trade. Ignite will take him down. Sorry, sudden fights are sudden.
No, you're completely fine. I was just vamping.
Vamping.
Yeah.
Johnny, vamp me out. Wilbrooks lands the CC.
Shutdown taken? Nope.
No, Stormyon should get at least a lot of damage taken here, as we're going to top lane for some reason. As Nature Dan is getting taken out. He will flash forward, not enough range to get the ult down for distance, but does manage to get himself away from danger for the time being. Symphonia John looking for plates. Map state-wise, obviously mid is pretty behind right now for the side of Naturally Dangerous, but bot is actually ahead for the side of the Sivir here, who is running about 15 CS over her counterpart. Should be able to back here and pick up Kraken Slayer or whatever mythic John is planning to play this game. So, not all is droll for the side of Naturally Dangerous. They do have some upsides here. They also,
and on paper it looks like they're relatively behind, but I think getting shutdowns on the right characters, and especially you're gonna be. I think they're in a position where they're gonna get bounties up in about a minute or a minute and a half from now. So those bounties are gonna really allow themselves to make a difference as long as they use their they get at one solid team fight that can really put them back into a good spot of having command.
Yes. Searcha throwing the ult out won't connect with the York who was backing up there, but it looked like a good angle.
I believe it was towards the Katarina.
No.
Might have been a little high.
No. It was definitely the Yorick. Don't.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was perfectly going for the Yorick, so it's not a bad angle. It's just, maybe we hit the Katarina next time, and that's who we aim for. And that would be great.
Is it engage bot side?
Yeah, Quadratic. Yeah, no, not November right now, and Quadratic are very big. Sivir might be ahead in gold, but the item spike of a level 6 Swain is something gold just doesn't quite make up for right now.
Yeah, I think when it comes to plating too, I think Sivir might still be relatively even, but I think Varus backs here. He probably gets his shield bow now, so they're still relatively even on items, even though Sivir has a 15 gold lead. I mean, like a 12 CS lead. Varus does have that kill now. We see the book from the Katarina, buying the Magi's.
You know what? Pop off, Alec.
You love to see it.
Go for it, King. I believe in you, and if it blows up in your face, I will be laughing. But I do love you. But again, I don't know if it will, honestly. If there was a game to go book, this would be the game.
Another look from Ashe. This might just be to try and get herself out, but she was pushing in towards it. This does not look like a great fight for their team. Katarina goes in and just...
Oh, the book is going to pay off. Oh, goodness.
Does the thing.
Oh, goodness.
Does the things. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, me, oh, my.
Yeah, I think the issue there, I think there was a call when the Ashe hit the ult to go in, and It was a 3v3 when they're behind still, and you have the Katarina is so big. She just got like 40 stacks on her Magi's.
Let me also say, Naked Book is crazy. Book, stackless Book. No stacks. Didn't get Dark Seal before. Went straight for Book. No stacks on Book. 16 stacks now. Crazy. Mind-boggling. Insane. You're crazy, Alec. You're crazy. But yeah, no, really well played by the side of ONYX, just chasing down those members that weren't in position for a fight. Like, not respecting Stormion enough, and here he goes again, getting out a free ult from Nature Dan. And then hopefully backing to spend just the... How much gold does he have? 1,800 gold he got from that last fight. Can get himself probably most of the way towards whatever he wants next, which I'm assuming would be... Yeah, it looks like it'll be a...
Night Harvester, I believe.
No,
right?
yeah, it could be. I was thinking Shadow Flame for some
Belt?
reason. Probably Rocket Belt.
I think the Blasting Wand is not an item part of the Shadow Flame, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I'm big, dumb, and smelly. It's fine.
And smelly.
And smelly. Guys. It's a problem, Sky. I'm working on it. Hygiene is a fickle lady.
I totally respect it.
We do see Katarina angling again for bot lane. Surge is sending out the ult, but it only delays the inevitable 20 stacks now. He needs one more to complete his book.
The Dr. Mundo roleplay right now from Katarina going where she pleases is insane. She literally just walks from mid lane all the way down, ults, and there she goes back. Cleaning vision for her team. What a lady.
Honestly, my queen, we stan Katarina. As Toby and Gregboy going for the dive with Herald right now. Dan's going to have to flash away. It doesn't have the ult from earlier. Has it again in about 10 seconds, but won't be long enough as he is late for this world. Gregboy picking up a kill on the Nature Dan. As far as the bot lane goes, we're seeing Budnificent kind of getting stalled out of his jungle. He has completed his jungle item. It won't be enough, though, as Stormion finishes the book.
I think what we're noticing right now is there is not a lot of vision in their red side. They're going in blind, and a lot of times it's hard to they can't be face checking these right now. This is like twice now that we've seen Cat go in, do some damage, and just leave.
Yeah.
They have no vision on where she's at. She just gets so this is something that if I were on our blue side team,
Stormion.
I would definitely be saying, hey, we need that vision.
Stormion, leave them alone, Stormion. Don't camp the bush, Stormion. Oh god, he sees Will. He knows. He's not going to clear the wave. He's going to be patient. He's going to wait. Okay. Tobek's kind of ruining the... Tobek's ruining the surprises. No Not has disconnected and now connected back again. Excellent timing. Excellent.
A summoner has disconnected.
And disconnect again. Is there a hotkey for all chat? Yes, Eric. It's Enter Shift, like it's always been. I think it's Enter Shift. Hold on, am I crazy? Yeah, no, yeah. It's Shift Enter. So this game, I mean, Popo can still throw it, which is an old joke, but
I think they're in a great spot. I think I believe it's ONYX, correct? Our red side team. I
Yes,
think ONYX is in
ONYX.
a great spot. They're doing as long as Katarina gets to do what she wants to. This mid game is going to be very difficult for them. I think what our what our ND team needs to be doing right now is just prioritizing vision, and maybe they need to just give a couple of objectives up and allow themselves the chance to really farm. You see, Will Brooks is down about 50 CS mid right now. Not me. Maybe he just can't live there, but at the same time, I think that allowing yourself the time that you need to farm these things up is going to be essential to get yourself back into this game.
Oh no. There's a talk of life insurance in the chat right now. Jesus Christ.
Think about my family.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting them money. Don't you want them to have money? Jesus Christ. Okay. So this is... You know, Eric, I think Stormyon does know they have families. I think possibly he knows. Oh. Quadratic did not know. So that's good for him. He now feels very awkward and all that good stuff. Anxiety for the win. So this game
He's happy and healthy.
This game is happening. The players are on the map. They're having a wonderful time as they're building items and friendships.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of Yes, Flesh. Very like Eric to know nothing about families. That's right on brand for him, I think. Question mark. Yeah, I get the same feeling, Tambo. They banned. Oh goodness, they banned everything else that they were afraid of from him. So I know they banned Fizz and Anivia, and I think they banned Toby's Singed. So we'll see what they decide to leave up this time.
Yeah, I think I still think that giving a cat that counter pick early, letting them not only showing that they're playing Lux mid. I mean, this could just be me overthinking into it too. But I definitely feel like allowing their team to someone like Stormyon, who's going to already have a champ that he's going to, he'll play successfully, letting him not only have that, but then allow him to counter pick. I think that's and then not drafting accordingly to counter that. I think that's really going to be an issue.
Well,
if they continue that thought.
Sky, I'm going to be frank with you. That's definitely that's a really good point. The issue that Dan is facing right now, Naturally Dangerous, is that they don't have their starting players, and because of that, they're having to shuffle players to roles that they're not great at, or not that they're not great at them, but roles that aren't their like bread and butter. So, like Will Brooks, I believe, is supposed to be the support for this squad. Now he's played mid before, but his mid is not the strongest. I believe Malzahar was his one trick for a long time, which they banned. And I think Lux
I think this is another example then of what
I think Lux is his only other character that he's like super comfortable on for mid. So it was more of a like, hey, if we don't take Lux here, they're gonna ban it.
For sure. I'm not saying I totally understand that, and I think in the position of someone like Wilbrooks, where what has he been preparing this entire week? He probably hasn't been preparing Lux mid because he's probably not playing Lux mid for this split. He's probably playing support players. He's probably playing the support champs, and he's taking that sacrifice for his team though by saying I'll go mid. I'll fill that hole that we have now. It's very unfortunate for this game that it happened to land this way, but
yeah,
that's definitely a good way of looking at it too. Is player pools. What are they? What is he prepping before he actually gets into this game?
Okay.
You're
Question:
absolutely right.
were you also giggling because you heard yourself say that the daddy was going to fill the hole?
Oh, I did not hear that.
No, you didn't hear yourself say that. I did.
Nope. I don't recall that being spoken.
Sorry, that was just. Yeah, they shouldn't have let me cast. This was a mistake. I need. Someone's gonna need to make reparations for this. This isn't okay. This is not gonna be a good time for anyone but me, and I'm sorry that you're here for this. Truly.
Hey, I'm here for the ride. Let's if we're going, if we're planning on crashing and burning, I want to see how big of a fire we can make. So like.
Excellent. Excellent.
So what do you think if you're in this place of naturally dangerous right now? What would you be talking about with your team right now? What's your plans for coming back into this game? What do you think that's going through their minds right now?
Say which team? I'm sorry, I was distracted by boobs in the chat.
No, yeah, I definitely lost my thought process there while I was talking, looking at some.
How dare you?
Have not seen
How dare you, Tambo? How dare you?
Oh,
anyways,
no one disconnects as soon as Dan is back.
You were saying something about thoughts and processing?
Yeah, what do you think Naturally Dangerous does here to try and get back into this game? We see they have an 8K deficit, down 2 dragons. They're losing turret pressure. What do you think they would want to be doing right now to try and get themselves back into this game?
I think that they are trying to get back into this game by thinking about game 2. I don't see an angle for them. They're kind of, their only angle is to catch the Katarina, right? And then you got to think about, well, what's going to kill a 3-item Katarina before she kills you? And typically that's going to be something that is even with her and is a carry. This Katarina is almost 3 items. No one else on the map has completed 2 items. So it's rough, dude. It's not good. Give it up for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yay. This is come on.
Curious. I think what happened was Dan got back in. If what I checked, no, not got back in. They were waiting for Dan. Nature Dan had something come up, and then not had an issue. I think. So right now our blue team is radio silent on what's going on.
Will these seed? Oh my god!
There's the will.
I'm gonna go get something to drink because I'm thirsty. Hey John, can you do that same trick in chat, but in... Oh, wait, what? Tambo. You don't have to pay for that, sweetie. Come on. I did get a quick update that Endy's name is actually Naturally Dangerous because it had to be a dad joke, didn't it?
It's very fitting.
It works. So I'm gonna go get something to drink, and I will be right back.
Luke, I'm glad to see that your Wi-Fi is working now, and you'll be able to be back for game 2. That's good news for your teams. It looks like we're almost ready, but then we're not ready again. We had an
Cole.
R and then a not R.
Cole, I see you in chat. Why aren't you in this game? Cole. Cole, I have questions, Cole.
A summoner has reconnected.
We're reconnected?
We have a reconnection. We have an R
Hold
in
on.
chat. We have a hi.
Hold, chat, hold.
You had questions?
I do have... Do you want to cast the game with us since you're not playing?
Yeah, I'm playing game 2, but I'm back.
Okay, gotcha. Well, come cast...
My ping was hitting over 3,000, so I had to call tech support.
Ah, lovely. What a lovely indie game. We're back in! Yes!
We see
As-
the Maokai go out right away.
Oh, you know what?
Magnificent sacrifice himself for the good order, and they're out from what it looks like.
The thing about this game is that Stormion does not have to play with any kind of respect right now. There was no one on the map that can touch him. Like, unless... Please, no. Not like this. Oh, thank God. Alright, we're back in it. Just double checking time. 53, 4, 5, 6. We good to go?
Yes.
Okay. And there it is. Double kill. It's rough out here in the streets. For anyone not named Stormion. I hope you're happy, Alex. Or Alec. Wait, why am I saying I hope you're... Yeah, I hope you are happy, Alec. You're actually crushing this game, so, like, good for you. I was trying to say I hope you're happy to his team, because you got him here instead of at Mystic Cat's practice, so... Yay. As we see Nature Dan, the namesake, going down. Quadratic might be in trouble here. Going to be in the middle of a couple of members, but just doesn't. Nope. Nurse!
Yeah, so this is what I was talking
Nurse!
about beforehand, is if you look at their jungle, we're seeing not any vision anywhere. So they're really doing face... I mean, we just saw Ash put a ward down, Stormion's immediately clearing it. They have no vision going into these plays, so I feel like they're trying to play for picks, but they just don't know where they're at, so they don't know when they can or can't capitalize. So at this point, it's very difficult, being down almost 13,000 gold.
I mean, how can you blame them? There's just you walk into jungle and immediately, oh, Katarina's there.
Yeah.
You just find the girl.
But I will add one minor correction. It
Go
is
for it.
naturally dangerous.
Oh, I thought it was... Yeah, no, I commented on
Okay.
that earlier. Yeah,
Okay.
because I saw it in chat, and I was like, oh, I need to fix this. And I said it during the pause. Granted, that pause was kind of a fever dream, so I understand how that would be missed. But yes, it is naturally
Naturally
dangerous.
dangerous. Yes.
A wonderful dad joke. I keep wanting to say naturally dangerous, and I don't know why.
Well,
I know that's wrong.
it's naturally dangerous. That's how it's spelled, but we know how we're supposed to say it.
Got it.
Here's going in, fighting the Scion. Really limit testing here, and it's looking really good for this team. Yeah, this one I feel like is wrapped up.
It's
When you see a cat try to 1v1 the Scion and wins, it's a bad sign.
so she did
Elliot.
go Protobell, but now I have to ask. I have to know. What's the BF sword for? Is that going to be a Shojin?
Maybe Guardian Angel? Just prevent ever getting shut down.
I do. Now that you said that, that does sound nice. I don't think that's what it's going to be. Because that sounds like a conservative option. And I don't think Alec is going to play conservatively this game. Because the man is 17-0. but it'd be nice. Oh, he almost got out too. That's both of Wilbrook's sums there. To buy just a couple extra seconds. Is Symphonia John possible? Oop. Is the game over? What in the world?
Oh.
Okay, something weird happened. I got taken to my client for some reason. That was strange.
I'm still in current.
The game is over.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Sorry for the spoiler. Not that... I mean, let's be real. There was nothing spoilery about that. We all knew this was going down. It was just how long it was going to take.
I'm on the team and I'm not offended.
I mean, it's 2 subs. If you were offended, like, that's on you, baby.
Ooh. It's a low Stormy on.
It is. But I think he's going to back off. Yeah, he's all the way in mid, taking his back.
I think they have one more push. And I think we see Katarina by the Guardian Angel. Exactly what we thought was going to happen.
I will see y'all in pick ban for game 2.
Aurelian's out here with Thomas the Tank Kenyon backs, and I'm living.
Do you have time controls on Landon?
Sorry, say one more time. Time controls?
Time controls
I
on?
do have them on. Whoopsie. That's a mistake. You were right. It's a Guardian Angel followed up by a Seeker's Arm Guard. Because... Oh my god, he's gonna do it. Don't do it to him.
And we see the double kill. We see the triple kill. We see the quadra kill.
It's actually a 1v5.
So here's the question: does Dan give it to him? Doesn't look like it. Dan's
No, he's not gonna give him the 1v5 Penta. There's no way. Plus, that's against the code. It's gotta be Team Quadra. Are you kidding me? If you're not Team Quadra, what are you even doing with your life?
And there's the Varus steal on the Penta. Love to see the Quadra secured.
That's okay. He killed him. He killed the dead Scion, so that's kind of like a one. That's kind of like a Penta.
We call those Walmart Pentas where I'm from.
I love that. I enjoy that very much.
All right. Well, looking forward to a hopefully more balanced game 2. What are you expecting besides the Katarina ban? Is there anything that you might want to see changed or switched around for game 2?
Yeah, for naturally dangerous to get their teams back on. Like
run 2 subs.
Like 2 subs is rough. 1 sub is bad. 2 subs is rough. So like, get online, play with your team. Like that's kind of it. Like just don't leave your team to play games without you. It's hard. I might have to relog here. But anyways, I should go to pregame. Oh, that's old. Pick ban it is, so that you can look at something that isn't old and decrepit.
Fire of our tongues versus Bilgewater Surprise, and there we go. We're back to a pick and ban screen. This is the last pick and ban screen that we saw from these teams. We see, I think, they might concede the Singed for the Katarina ban in their first round rotation.
That would be it. I'm just gonna say that's a bad idea. Like you,
I agree, but I'm not sure. Would you give him the Anivia then over the Katarina instead, or would you just give him the other champ who's very hard to deal with when ahead?
I would probably say give him the Anivia. I know Anivia is hard to deal with. I know it would probably be rough to deal with in the mid lane. Um, but if you really need to get rid of that Katarina, you can't let Toby have Singed. Like,
So I'm being told my audio is soft. Is there a way that you can either boost me or in-game sound to make sure that I am wholesomely heard?
let me give that a shot. Speak.
Unless you want me muted, I can also just mute myself too. If you want this, I'll be here for you and you only.
No. Speak.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello.
Let me try this. Go again.
Assessing on the spot. Switching. It's hopefully going well for ND. I think are we doing best of threes or is it only or do we play 2 games at once?
We do 2 games, so best of 2s.
All right. Best of 2s.
That should have made you a little bit louder.
Perfect. We'll see how the chat feels. And if it just means I need to talk louder, I can always start yelling too. I'll scare everyone in my house, but worth it for the good of the order.
Yeah, scream at me.
Hey, fuck you.
Okay, boys, do you want to try cast?
Hell yeah. Get in here, Cam.
I'm looking for an invite to this next lobby. I don't see one yet, so they might be still getting it situated.
Cam, isn't our game in an hour?
Yes, it is,
Okay.
actually.
Okay, so there's probably enough time to play this.
Proud to tell you, Captain, that me and John had both of the kills.
I was very proud of you. Your bot lane was the one point of pride for that game. Y'all were up in CS. You were even on kills for a while. But then Stormyon bought a book and wanted to fill it.
Yeah, god damn it. I don't know what he has out for me.
It's because there were 2 people bought, and that's 2 more people to kill to fill a book. It was literally just where are the most people that I can kill to get pages. That's it. I'm sorry, it had to be you, son.
It's the war effort.
War is hard.
War is the bitch.
There's Sky.
I made it.
Good job, Sky.
Thank you.
We've done it. We've done it, everyone.
We did it, Reddit.
We did it. Let me get y'all to the new pick ban screen. Oh no.
So you might want to just roll out
Copy.
You want to roll out that ad.
Oh yeah, this is a great time, Sky. Go ahead.
What, rolling an ad?
Yeah, didn't you do that earlier?
No, I got rolled an ad. I was given an ad.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Give me a second.
I don't know how to send ads.
Okay, give
Bro,
me
I
a
don't have
second.
your I'm not active on the stream, so I can't do the ad.
Okay.
It's okay. Daddy has us.
Thanks.
Thanks, Cam.
You're welcome. Co-dad.
Co-dad. Wow.
Well, you called me son earlier, so...
Oh, that's true.
Don't know what in the Oedipus complex is happening, but you know. Or Electra complex, I guess it would be.
Anyways.
It's a good 26 seconds. Jesus Christ, what a rough...
Alright.
What a slobber knocker.
Yeah. ONYX versus Dan. Da 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 da.
I do not have a link for the draft to watch the current draft going on.
Oh, did you not get chat?
Nope, I was not in chat at that time.
Okay, let me send it to you. Oh no, you.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
weren't.
I'm in game now. I just wasn't in here when it was sent it.
Got it. Cam is over here holding my back end together. Thank you. That's
Don't worry.
I meant the
Okay,
back end of the
Bans.
Pants. Aurelian Soul, Anivia,
And-
Mundo. So, oh God, they're no, please, still ban Singe. Just give him the Katarina. You'll have Cole in mid. It'll be a different story. Will be
Cole's
bots
their
in
support.
Cole will be mid. Just don't give him
No,
the Katarina.
Cole's the support.
Just give him the Katarina. Just don't give him.
Cole's the support.
Cole is the support.
Cole's the support.
Oh, ban the Katarina. ban the Katarina. Just give him the Singe. It must be done. It must be done. It's gonna be a Singe jungle, and I'm gonna cry.
We see the we see the Katarina ban, which is nice, but they're giving Toby the Singed, which is gonna be interesting. You think that's gonna be their first pick right away?
Doesn't have to be. I don't think
There's
Naturally Dangerous plays Singed, but they will pick it up at least before the second round of bans. It'll be Quadratic's Swain again, so they can continue being aggressive bot laners. Oh, Seraphine. Hold on. How do I feel about this?
you should feel great about it.
I don't yet. Seraphine J. Okay.
I think Seraphine in the Swain is okay, because Seraphine does outrange Swain. So as long as you allow yourself the ability to play into that range, it's fine. But I think, in the 1v1, Swain just wins that every time. So you really need to allow yourself the distance.
Or
Paired with Jinx, I kind of like that.
and this could be me going too big brain. That could be a Seraphine mid, because they know that it is likely to be a Vel'Koz mid. However, with the Draven, now I'm concerned. Who plays Draven? Who on the team plays? Is that John?
But
Is that John's Draven?
Buddy.
Buddy Draven.
Buddy Draven.
Interesting. Okay. As far as what games will be streamed tomorrow, I got no idea. Cause I'm not part of the stream chat. I just picked up the game. So
I won't be streaming them out, but I will be playing tomorrow. So if we're looking for if there will be games that will be being played, then there's one right there.
Unless they're super early, I cannot stream them.
wait.
Ours
Then
is 8 p.m. Eastern.
They're what?
Ours is 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I can't do that one, Captain.
I'll stream while I'm playing. I think they'll understand.
And you'll think they'll understand, having you as spectator and whatever.
Yeah, should be fine. All my comms are on a 3-minute delay. I think it should be.
I'm concerned or confused, maybe both.
Will's Malzahar and his Diana, Stormyon's Diana.
Right, but also, why didn't they pick up Toby's Singed?
Oh,
Was Toby a sub?
no.
So Toby is supposed to be on ONYX.
They're focusing on their carries.
Toby Singed is like the best champion that man plays. That is a carry. All right, I don't know. I will watch the magic happen. Yeah, there it is. So no Mumu, no Singed. Honestly, as many squishies as they have, it could realistically be another Yorick angle. Like, that cage is actually pretty solid, especially with the team comp they've already built.
Yeah, I think they needed some type of front line for them. I mean, both teams need. I mean, Diana can play a little bit of engage, but if you can get some type of beef in front of your teams, I think both of the threes look really promising for both teams. Good team ults, good shutdowns of the Malzahar suppress.
Are we positive that it's Buddy Draven? Because
Yeah,
that looks like a Buddy pick for jungle.
that's John.
That's okay. I believe you.
I don't. I just want to argue though.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey.
Ah, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you. Should we be cursing on the stream? Is that a? I don't
have
think
no
we're.
idea.
I don't
Maybe
think
put
we're.
it from Richard.
I think we're not supposed to. But I'm not the stream manager, so I don't know.
What are they gonna do? Cancel me?
Yeah.
Oh god.
They could absolutely do
Yeah, like, and just shut down the stream. What are you talking
that.
about?
I'm just like banned in like 2
Warwick
minutes from now.
Jungle?
Yeah, it's Diana mid.
Warwick Jungle, Maokai top again.
Danger zone.
That looks the most accurate. Maokai top again.
Wait a second. Is it Jarvan top?
Nah, probably Sejuani top.
But I want it to be Jarvan top. I want it really, really bad.
I want it bad.
Oh, don't say it like that. Oh no. If you
No.
say it like that again, then we're gonna have to clean something up. Oh.
My God. Excuse me. All right, teams seem ready to go. We're gonna see how they fare this round too. It might be a plan of don't let Stormyon get ahead again. May seem aggressive ganks mid. I think something like Malzahar is hard to punish, but if you can get the spell shield off, you can get. He doesn't have a whole lot of mobility like Katarina, so it's something that you could definitely punish much easier.
I will also throw out there that this is, when I think about it, the battle of the dads. Right? Because it's
Dan versus
Will.
what?
Will Brooks.
Yeah, and Dan are on the same team. Who's on the other team that's a dad?
Cam, I'm going to let you know something right now. I am dumb and smelly and thought that they were on different teams for a second. And now that I realize this, and now that I realize this, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just relax and chill.
Oh my god!
You know, live my life. And it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Is there a hole I can die in somewhere nearby? Is there? Where's that? Where's that at?
Oh. Pain.
It's rough being.
Why?
It's rough being dumb. It's so hard. It's
Cut
so.
my life into pieces.
Sometimes, you know, you just find out, and I did just now. So that's what's going on with me. I am just apparently vibing.
like the 19th thing I've dropped
Thank
today.
you, Tambo. I appreciate that. I've been working on my beard and my self-esteem, so far so good. So as far as this game is concerned, I like the draft much better from Naturally Dangerous. I'm still not 100% sold on it though, only because I really like how aggressive ONYX's draft is. Like the Swain Varus, the Warwick, Maokai, Diana. It's just something very synergistic about everyone throwing their bodies at the enemy repeatedly. You know?
You know, I'm a good fan of a body flip. Like you just like throw a body somewhere. I think that's like a great way of explaining their comp. Diana EN, Warwick R, Warwick Q even, Maokai W. They just have as much body throwing as they need.
Yeah, basically.
Well, they're missing Gragas. I think that's like a. I think that.
Should have been Gragas support Evan. Evan, he's even good right now. Evan. No, it's fine. Swain's really good.
Oh,
Thoughts,
dear God.
feelings, opinions.
My thought and feeling is that my League of Legends Riot client has betrayed itself again.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about indie games. Small indie companies like Riot Games.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential. You know, it's making some really cool games out here. I think they really need to add some, more competent people on their staff. I think right now they only have current, 200 hours or something like that of 200 years of combined game experience on their staff. I think,
if
to
you
really
had
put
to
themselves to the next
name,
level.
if you had to
Oh,
name,
I'm back. It actually let me back into the game. Never mind. Riot's a fantastic company. What the fuck are we talking about?
If you had to name one competent rioter that you know personally, who would it be?
Riot Gerg 7.
That's what I thought. All hail Gerg 7.
All hail Gerg 7.
He has done nothing wrong, and
fucking nothing wrong.
nothing wrong. 100 years of Riot Gerg 7. 200 of those, 100 of those
Riot
200 years are
Gerg
just Gerg 7.
Rex, I say.
Rex what?
What do you mean Rex? Like the Italian word for, just Gerg Rex? Like Rex, King Gerg.
See, I was looking for something innuendous, but fine, sure.
Okay, you know what? I can make cultured jokes.
Yeah. What else can you make?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Ugh. Ooh, and now I'm... Okay, I'm good to go. That's what I needed. This man bakes. Sorry, if you didn't know, baking is like... how do I put this in straight terms?
A turn on.
Yeah, to the gay community, baking is like... It's like... what is it? A good credit score? No. What do women find attractive about straight men? I'm genuinely curious now.
I have no idea.
My mind is wandered.
Oh, hey Sky, you're married, aren't you?
Yep, sure am.
What was attractive about you?
No goddamn clue. I just got super lucky. I'm convinced.
All right, baking is like getting lucky. Cam, a question for you has been asked in the chat. Tambo requests, what faction are you currently shelling out all of your money for in 40K?
So I play Tau because I love big giant robots.
Oh, so you're really spending a lot of money. It wasn't a joke.
Little did you know, actually. Yeah, I have a Tau commander from like 2006, actually, with with actually metal model pieces on him.
Oh, was that the one that like the drones like can pop in and out of him?
Oh, no, that's the transports,
Oh, okay.
and I believe they've done away with the rule. I'm currently sitting like with um a goon squad of fucking robo suits that just drop onto somebody, and then funny enough, if you can spend all of your like rule points, like your CP, you can end up killing with one squad of breachers. You can end up killing like a Carnifex, which is a gigantic dinosaur monster.
Pause at 10.
Pause at 10 herd,
So what
following
you're
the call.
saying is you're playing not so budget Space Marines.
Exactly, and I would say Space Marines are not budget friendly.
Make sure your stream is also on the game as well, Landon.
Yes.
Also, don't forget to
off.
take away the
Yeah,
interface
time
visibility and the time controls after your
Interface
after your-
visibility? What is that?
Yeah, you know that little I button? Just click I after you click P.
Oh. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I've got the scoreboard up. All right, y'all ready to go?
Yes.
Oh, I actually need to unpause, so I'm gonna get the time controls back up real quick. 3, 2, 1, play.
So, 5 pointing, it seems.
Yep, they have decided to not let them invade. They want to invade. Seems we're at an impasse. They're gonna hug the wall. They are spotted by Symphonia John.
30 seconds until
Alright. And it's a game. Wonderful news. Stormyon camping out in the bush, waiting for stuff to happen.
Sitting on a ward.
Klugscheiber looking to get busy. Will go ahead and pick up 40
Landon.
gold. It's a one game.
Landon, can you make sure your stream is on the game?
Oh, I am on pick ban.
Sorry,
Like an intelligent human being.
my second time asking, bud. I'm trying my best over here, but
Anyways, now that I'm not inting.
let's see.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm just gonna have the
There we
stream
go.
on my phone going.
All
so
right,
it's
we're
okay
good to
with
go.
People, are we?
Yeah, it's on the it's correct. I can see it on my
We
phone
did
now.
it. We got there. So something with J4, the difference between these two junglers, Warwick is one that really likes to get level 3 before you try to engage. J4 is someone that really, you just need level 2. Like, you can honestly see J4 just take this blue buff and go right bot lane if he wanted to. Getting a flash early game can be something that can help win a lane, and you see Symphonia John doing exactly that. He's positioning himself to either invade or just go straight for a level 2 gank on this bot lane. Hopefully he doesn't show himself too early. You can go right through Tribush if you needed to. Warwick being right there is kind of sketchy, but if he gets disengaged really well, it's a great spot for him. We see one flash use from Magnificent, but nothing captured from that, unfortunately.
Yeah, Buddy went for it, but didn't have an axe up. Not enough damage. Warwick coming down here for the counter. Will Symphonia John stick around? Doesn't look like he's aware of it. Warwick comes through. John comes around. Will it be in time? Plinth comes out. Buddy's going down first. First blood over to Varus.
But we takes E second at level 2 to make sure he can get that gank too, which is really good. The only thing you're missing on that is Warwick's passive to allow him that movement speed. He's missing that for that gank. But obviously he didn't need it because it still worked out really well for him. Starting E second, it's just going to slow down, I guess, his tracking for a first little bit. But I think it's a great look from them, though, too.
Yeah, you know, it was a good look. It was a good attempt. John currently stuck on Krug camp right now. For any budding junglers out there, currently the best 3-camp route is actually buff Wolves buff. Buff Gromp buff is slow and bad. So
Yeah,
don't do it.
Your little guy does a lot of AoE damage. So you
Yep.
should exploit him as much as you need to.
Well, it used to be that wolves didn't give enough XP to give you level 3, but there was, I don't know when, but they recently buffed it to give you that. And I don't, who told me that?
This most recent patch?
Actually, it might have been John that told me that. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Something happened to my league client.
Oh no, Dan.
There we go.
Dan.
I'm back in. I missed a couple more kills going down, but it appears that this game is going to be a classic case of second verse same as the first. As ONYX is just dominating the field right now. 4 kills up at 4 minutes.
Definitely a difference.
This is bound to be expected, though. I mean, I think bot lane is a little unfortunate. They're playing pretty aggressive, but I think having them, I expect the Draven to have a lead at least a little bit in a lane, but the fact that they're behind is kind of scary. But just early ganks can really affect that laning period.
Yeah, if I'm the side of naturally dangerous. Thank you. Naturally dangerous.
Naturally dangerous.
That one, yes. My automatic reaction to that sequence of events is, oh goodness, guys, let's slow down a little bit. Let's just play safe, get our wards down, make sure we're not getting ganked. Track the enemy jungler, try to figure out where Warwick is, and just not get put into bad situations. Looks like No Not November is AFK. And Budnificent.
He's going easy again. Yep, there we go.
Klugschreiber picking up the kill there. Could have been a really good kill there for Budnificent. If you're gonna take the initiative and pick up that kill, would be great to see it go on to the Draven. But does manage to pick up the kill. Storm around, getting a little aggressive here on Will Brooks. Nothing too crazy going on though.
Fortunately, Will Brooks can't totally. Oh, here we go. The gank. The gank. Oh, he doesn't have R.
Stormman getting baited in as Tobek's Law will go and flash onto Will Brooks. Will get taken down by the turret, but gets a trade kill in return. Meanwhile, Budnificent's not going to be able to pick up Quadratic as he goes down to the turret and bot lane. Looks like we have another pause? Nope. Just lag. Here we go.
Oh, it happened for you too. That's crazy.
Yeah, it always happens. It happens for everyone that way. Streams are spectating games is great. We love spectating games. Please don't take them away, but also fix it. Frankly, it's what was it? Wasn't there a who was it? There was some champion that breaks streams, and that's why they couldn't be picked in the LCS, right? I forgot who it was. Someone on the most recent patches. But, yeah, so that's special and nice.
Here we see another issue where your jungler is not bringing the proper ward into the objective. So Warwick is going for a cheeky level 4 dragon, but he's on a yellow ward the entire time.
All right.
They just, thank you for the leash. I'll take this from you. I'll take it from here. Stormman going in for a cool play. Nice. Love to see it land this way. Still get the red dragon
thank
though.
God.
Stormman, I think, dies for it.
Will end up being a trade kill. Huh? I mean, I don't know. That's weird to me. You know what? On one hand, he did get value out of the QSS he first itemed. So, it's worth in a sense.
Yeah, that's just. I think it's another example of jungler getting burned for just not scanning those pits before they try taking these objectives. It's really important to be doing. Shutdown given to Warwick off of the Malzahar. Malzahar has been
a little bit.
Oh
my God!
Oh my goodness! You're gonna see a third one?
Yeah, for sure. This
flashes out.
Didn't hold the Q. Unfortunate. That's maybe for the best because Jarvan was on the back end there. This game is.
I think a Q latch there would be quite unfortunate.
This game is averaging 2 kills a minute currently.
That's PMA LCS for you right there.
This
In a
is
nutshell, you'll love to see it.
This is a slobber knocker. This is a salivating sucker puncher as Stormion goes to invade the enemy blue buff solo. Just looking for shit. Just, hi, I'm here. Are you available? It's just, oh my goodness. Fiesta indeed, Tambo. Fiesta indeed. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell what exactly is going to happen next, but I know it's going to be fun. Looks like both teams are going to start looking towards Herald as the next objective. Nature Dan taking the liberty of clearing out some vision, getting his team priority on the top side of the map. He has been pushed up here in top lane for a pretty good bit of the game. Stormion now DC'd.
We might see another pause in about 3
Yep,
seconds.
we will see another pause. It's just pauses and fighting. That's all this game. The series is a lot.
There is benefits to this game. I think currently, naturally dangerous team does have more kills this game than they had last game already, which is great progress. New hamsters for their computers. I think that might be in our budget for the new teams. Whoever wins PMA LCS, we just get them new hamsters.
Oh yeah, just buy him a new little gerbil to run on the wheel. You know what? We can probably afford a couple of gerbils, right? Maybe 2
I think
gerbils.
we got 4.
1 gerbil and a backup gerbil named Gerald. Yeah.
Oh, the pain. Okay.
Looks like Warwick
The game
is
was
collapsing on
unpaused
top.
without asking for R's. Perfect.
Jarvan was
Awesome.
looking mid and missed Tobek's Law walking right past him. As Nature Dan does get the stun off, should not be feared by Warwick, but Warwick does have ultimate duress. Whenever this
uncomfy lag
Pause,
spike or whatever this is.
Yeah, no, it happens after every pause. We just gotta wait it out. Just ride the tide. It'll happen. It'll happen. Don't worry. There it is. Tobek's
Oh,
Law
there we go.
coming out with the ult.
Here's the
Nature
arc coming
Dan
in.
doesn't have Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
No, he used it to try and start his getaway.
Symphonia John looking there, I think looking for the Warwick to come through mid-brush as Quadratic just left no crumbs. Absolutely ate king. Yeah. No, it's just Evan popping off with 3 kills right now.
And the solo play.
That's the hard thing about fighting Swain lanes, is that when Swain hits 6, he basically wins whatever matchup he's a part of. As Warwick getting taken down, well, might get out here.
Not Kyle.
Will get suppressed, ulted by the Jarvan. Will be enough damage to take him down in a trade, 1-for-1. 2-for-1 now. Stormion picks up Will Brooks. Nature Dan has used his Q and has no flash. Should be going down for the count. Stormion turning for the Herald as a bigger priority here. Klugscheiber coming to continue the fight. Stun going out. Flash from Greg Boy. No ult for Diana, so I don't think she'll take the re-engage. It'll just be a 2-for-1 with Herald in favor of ONYX. As Stormion is harassing this Sejuani. Will be seen on the ward and won't get to continue living as a degenerate. But there you go. Can I also say, this is a Diana that is basically sitting on an Amp Tome and MR. Like, this Diana has first item and QSS. She should not be strong. As far as, like, dealing damage, right? Like, she should be able to take damage, not necessarily dish it out. And yet she's kind of been taking over this map. Just walking into everywhere, looking at everything as an option. Symphonia John, looking at her as an option. Not going to end up taking that kill.
Yeah, with no ult on him or the Malzahar, that kind of feels hard to stay on her.
Yeah.
Also, Diana has double buffs.
Diana does have double buffs. I believe she picked up John in the last Herald exchange. So that would do it.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yep, Buddy
And
rooted
we
with
see
no
a dead
cleanse.
Draven, about
It's a dead
3
Draven.
seconds. There it is.
Yep, Quadratic doing a nice job positioning for Cole Klugscheiber. Knowing he wants to try and pick up the kill there and trade, not letting him have it. We are still keeping at about a 2 kill per minute time, which is just crazy to me. Like, I know we've had kill per minute. I don't think we've had 2 kills a minute. At least not recently. What can I say? Stormion's popping off, dude. 3 and 2.
I don't think that was the problem.
No. I don't think.
Flash from the Warwick here, getting the fear. I think he trades his life though for it.
Yep, that's a great passive for Draven, but there was that mishit on the blast cone that sent Will over with Stormion, which I think John was trying to save him, but there might have been some slight miscommunication. Will went off to the wrong side of the blast cone, and away he went over the wall there.
Yep.
Oh, holy.
I think he was pretty dead there no matter what, unfortunately. But, yeah.
Okay, Quadratic's trying to chase down Klug. Unfortunately, 2 ults will seal his fate.
Yeah. I mean, just take this bot lane, kind of a story all about Quadratic right now. The man is 2 levels up as the support.
Yeah,
Which
I think
is-
you can say that for both games. Both games, this bot lane has been really hard to deal with.
Like-
They haven't gotten love in pick and bans. They were allowed to run back Swain Varus 2 games in a row because of Stormion's dominant performance last game. But even last game, the bot lane performed very well in lane, kept the lead functional, got themselves back, and even this game now they're just steamrolling a Draven in the beginning phases of it. It's just really impressive to see. Varus rushing Ghostblade to start off. You're seeing a lethality build from him this game.
Yeah. I will say I've spent a lot of time, well, maybe not a lot of time, but how much time? Enough time with just in the last week or so where he's been practicing this Varus. He's been practicing it in 3 different styles. I know he's trying the on-hit 80, the poke build, the AP build. So I think he's really trying to use this as like a flexible, look, if you ban this from me, great. But if you don't ban it from me, I can do whatever I need to on this pick.
Varus is one of those ADCs that does that really well too. I think currently there are like 4 different ways you can build him, and all of them are functional depending on whatever your team needs. He's very versatile right now, so he's a great one to learn.
Stormion pulling Dan out of his ult, or out of his Q. Will get rooted up by the Maokai, won't make it to turret. Stormion will take down Nature Dan. Again, like, it's just, he leaves mid, he walks the map, and just picks up whatever kills he wants. It's rough in these, it's rough out here. But he will force out the ult from No Not November there, but nothing more gonna happen here as Quadratic picking up a Dark Harvest proc and walking away. That last exchange, Symphonia John exchanged his flash there for, I think, the Raptor camp. And some of Stormion's health bar. We have fallen behind the 2 kills a minute, as I guess both teams have decided. No, never mind. No, there we go.
Oh, huge.
And we're back. Tobex Law should be taking down the Wilbrooks here. Well, unless a really good... Oh, really good canceling ultimate duress. Should be Tobex Law picking up the kill there. Not having quite enough damage to finish that off. Not enough... I mean, honestly, just the healing coming off from Tobex Law there was insane. Ravenous Hydra doing some good work. As No Not November and Quadratic, look at this turret.
Auric Healing is in a great spot right now, and especially when he gets under 50%, he does get his own boost, and when you get under 50%, he also gets an attack speed bonus as well. It's just a great chimp to 1v1 with, especially in moments like that where both of you guys are going low.
Klugscheiber and John just barely missing that ward in Raptor Pit. So the side of ONYX will have a cheeky little ward looking at this red buff as they position for second Herald. They have 4 members in the area. Could be a collapse, but I don't see it in the cards here for Naturally Dangerous. As Dan will play a little aggressive here on Greg Boy. He's been punished for it before, not today, says the side of ONYX. They will rather get priority on River for Herald than collapse right now. As I think that should be Tobek's Law starting Herald here. Budnificent going for the kill under turret. Will miss the ult due to a good flash by No Not November. That creates an interesting predicament. Stormy on rotating down.
4v3 on this dragon if they really wanted to. This fight feels beneficial for them with the looming Diana coming in.
Yeah.
And just gets to clean up everything.
Yes.
It looks great on paper. 4v3 looks great on paper, but with how far behind they are, I just don't think it's beneficial for them to attempt and engage there.
Well, the issue there is it's only a 4v3 on paper. Stormyon read the situation very well. As soon as No Not got chunked out, left his stalemate with Wilbrook's spot and started immediately walking up Wilbrook's TPs, but it's too little too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also quite a span of division. Like the Jarvan was caught out, and the rest of the team was about like a good distance away. Like they were at the edge of his Raptors, where while Symphonia John was just at the beginning entrance to River.
Yeah, so just positioning not proper either for it.
So they really couldn't help him at all.
Right. I mean, just not a good time. Not a good time for anyone here, except for the side of ONYX, who we currently see the 5-0 Swain building a Frozen Heart. So what I like from ONYX is that I think every game we've seen them, they're not just bum rushing, right? They're not just going like, we have the lead, let's just build aggressive items and be aggressive. They're building items that allow them to be safe when they take these options. So, for instance, QSS, this Frozen Heart, just good itemization that kind of lends itself to the aggressive playstyle, I think. So, good on them. I didn't feel like talking through that sequence. It was just a lot. It's just, I mean, at this point, they're just being run.
Man,
if we stop our conversations to talk about every engage, it would just be constant talking about fighting. There's been so much fighting this game.
Yeah.
If you watched my stream of Triple E versus Friendship and Unity, that first game, the Ashe would constantly be murdered by the Nocturne, the Assassin Nocturne. That was me and Hook could not keep up.
Yep. Oh, I think the burn from Quadratic stole the blue off from Stormyon. Oh, that's so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
And we're currently sitting at a 12-point free K gold lead.
Oh no, my support got gold. They must be trolling. Meh. Not saying Alec would ever say that. I think he's pretty chill with it.
He's probably thinking it though.
No, I think he's pretty chill with it.
I'm kidding.
He looks like he's okay.
Like this son of a bitch.
Okay.
He's farming for an item here. I wonder what item he's going for. Maybe Zonya's? He must have... How much gold does he have? He's sitting on 2,700 right now. Shouldn't have enough for a Zonya's yet. Maybe if he sells his Doran's ring, could pick up Zonya's? Oh, no, he did have enough.
He grabs it. Yep.
Well,
he had
Aegon
in his inventory already.
Yeah, but I thought cloth armor was. I thought Zonya's was 20 or 3,200.
I don't think it's that expensive, is it?
Or is it 31?
Let's check.
Because he had 28, almost 29. Oh, I guess if it was almost 29.
3,000, I believe.
What's your friend's timestamp?
We're at 30. 1, 2,
Okay,
3.
I'm good. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a rough game here. I mean, when you just look across the board, every lane I think is up items for the side of ONYX. Even in top lane, where the least of the difference is, he's up a completed item. As Stormion just goes in, collects another kill for himself. Klugscheiber going to flash away, but it won't get out. Warwick taking down Sejuani. Just really aggressive play again with these items.
There was no damage there either. And there's the QSS again. There's the Zonias. He just has to wait. That's the worst part.
Yep, just has to wait for his team to get back. I mean, he's killed
No,
everyone
even
else.
his burn.
Oh, that too. Yeah. I was saying to get out of the base, he just had to wait on his team, but he did the smart thing. They had 2 turrets to burn through. My mistake. And so he just waits long enough for Will Brooks to back off, and then walks his happy booty out of the turret. No, not November with this. Yeah, no, this is, oh, gross. Will it connect? Yes, it will. It won't be quite enough damage to get the kill, but no, November and Quadratic having a good sequence there. Just getting another turret, dominating the map. Greg Boy pushing down bot, has Baron minions. May not get it on this wave, but probably next wave if no one responds to him. Will respect the Will Brooks coming down, that Malzahar. Not enough to take down the QSS Diana. Could do some damage to the Maokai. Will choose to back off.
Aegis and Kindle Gem. What tank item is this?
That's Righteous Glory, friend.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, this game is just very much. It's more about what ONYX is doing than what Naturally Dangerous is doing. They are looking for a shutdown here on Stormion. He will QSS out of the first one.
Flash.
Flashing away.
Can
Has
he
the
even catch up?
slow. Knock-up comes
Okay,
through.
the airborne.
Oh my goodness,
The
stop doing this
suppression.
leak.
They might have
And
this
the kill
picked
goes
off,
on to
but
Dan.
from the looks of it, it's going to be.
I
They're
missed
getting
the.
a lot bot side for all of this. You see 3 pushing bot side. You know they send all 5 top side to take care of the Diana, but in that they're getting rid of their entire mid lane and their bot lane.
I mean,
Push
you
practically
absolutely
now.
call worth on that. You like at this
Yeah, I
point in the
was
game,
saying-
you've been starved out of the game for so long. Any kind of gold, especially on a
Yeah.
shutdown like that, that has got to feel good. Got to
For
feel like
sure.
a win. It does mean that fighting this dragon's rough because you don't have the resources to really fight.
Or your
but-
damage.
Yeah, but you did it. Unfortunate. I'm sorry for you. Oh God, Evan's
Full
strong.
read from Swain.
Oh,
Disgusting TM, and he's dead.
yeah, Evan's strong right now. Again, like they're
I'm taking notes. This is
Scheiße.
fan.
Okay. Well, thank you, Egg Boy. Thank you for teaching me something new today. I keep saying Cole's name Klugscheiber, but it's Klugscheißer, apparently.
Kaiser.
Scheißer. Like he's a shy gentleman.
Like if a shy guy wore a top hat, that's that.
Oh my
He's
God.
a Kaiser. Yes.
Need art now.
So, bonus points for our friends over in Naturally Dangerous. We can sit and farm.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? This game, they have completed 2 items on carries. Looking good on that front. Stormion not going to be able to complete the sequence we were looking for, but Evan will pull the Draven back in because you were never out to begin with, friend.
It's a great semifinal too. That's the unfortunate part. Is the semifinal is perfect there. They just cannot capitalize on it because they are just so big. Swain
Yeah.
has so much healing. There's no heal cut on that team right now, so Swain just gets to eat, feast for free when he goes in like that.
Yeah, it's a quadratics angle. Like, this man is massive right now.
And that's gonna be game 2, I dare say.
Oh. Gross.
That was disgusting.
Well, will Buddy pick up the kill? No. The hero play couldn't happen. Finishing just under 2 kills a minute. With a total of 51 games and 51 kills in a sub 30-minute game. Crazy.
Insane.
So, are we going to do a straw poll, or are we just going to call it as the casters?
You guys, I think, could do a straw poll. I think you guys would have enough time to continue this. Have an LCK long stream. Just put a small break in for the episode, so that we don't upload 4 hours of stream up to YouTube. But
Yeah, I mean, we
or
have
you
20,
could.
we have 20 people in chat. Let's do a straw poll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I will make it quickly. Let's talk about what MVP looks like for this game. I mean, I gotta give it to Stormyon. I think Quadratics and No Not November did a fantastic job game 2 and game 1. But I think Stormyon, like, that game 1 was the Katarina angle. It just wasn't even funny how fed he was. And even game 2, most of those fights were a Diana solo engaging on the enemy team and just no one being able to stop her. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it really. I think when you're looking at someone who was just dominant start to finish, I don't think there's a time where Sturmion was out of either game. Every time he was on the map, he was committing something. So I definitely think that it makes for a solid argument for
committing
MVP.
something. War crimes.
Yeah.
War crimes the whole time. Stormyon. Who's their AD carry? Just read out the names for me. Help me out. No Not next?
Team. Yes, No Not's ADC. And Quadratic was support.
Spell Quadratics for me.
QUOIDRATIC.
Beautiful. Alright. Creating a poll. I will now swing on that poll. Boom. Yeah, no, Justin, you should be absolutely proud of your debut. You did an amazing job. Like, and both games, might I add, playing 2 different versions of Varus. Not sticking to one, but doing a good job showing that this is a real flexible champion for you. I think I made mention of that somewhere in this cast, but honestly, there was so much fighting, I don't know. Probably. So let's go ahead. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. So at 8:31 Central Time, I'm going to close the poll. Whatever we got, we got.
Sounds good. Curious how the other games went. I didn't get a chance to check in on the other games that were played this week.
I did.
In our upper or lower division brackets.
I saw the one that I think was streamed on Thursday. Maybe. It was 2 of the upper division. It was Ice T times 3 versus I think Flesh's team. Or maybe I have that backwards. Maybe those are the same team. I don't know.
To be honest, no idea.
Not a clue. But either way, one team definitely stomped the other, and it was not funny. It was very sad. But yeah, no, that game was, oof, woof. Lots of Stormy just going in, getting stuff done for sure. Um,
I think currently the poll is showing that as well. I looked last time.
it's
See,
currently
for
4-1.
you see most of our votes going towards Stormy on.
Get your votes in, get your votes in, get your votes in. I'll post it again. I might call it a minute early at 30. I don't know. I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it, Mr.
Yeah,
Krabs. It's not close.
I feel that. I feel that for sure.
Just rushing it a little bit. Ugh. Okay.
Are you streaming again for the next set, Landon?
I probably could. The next set is my team though, so I'd be a little biased.
Okay.
I also
I
am trying
hope
to get
you're
on for
around.
I'm trying to see if we can get on for Mystic Cat's practice. We will see if that happens. I see my mid laner is finally on, and he's who we were missing earlier. So, but do I see anyone else on? Nope, everyone else got off. So probably streaming the next one. But I'll be in. Well, maybe I'll cast the next one. Because I really want to be in comms with my team.
Yeah, I don't think I will be around for it. Unfortunately, that's what I was asking. Wasn't sure if I was going to leave you by yourself or not.
Okay. Well, with that being out of the way, I'm going to drag us to player the game one. And if Stormyon and the coach of ONYX would meet us there, we'll have a razzly dazzly last little bit of this cast.
Yeah, the coach is rating right now.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's just you?
Yeah.
So, Alec,
Hello.
tell me how it feels to crush someone's family repeatedly.
It was interesting because my team wanted to play slow, and I was like, but why?
Which game? Game one or game two?
The first one. When I had like 15 kills, they still wanted to play slow, and I respect that. Honestly, it's the correct choice, but I don't pick the correct choice. That's why you saw that for the Quadra like near their base, because they wanted to do the thing, and I was just like, oh, I guess I'll just kill them all.
Yeah, no, that was spooky, dude. Because the thing is, like, I know you're a good mid laner, right? In the back of my mind, I know you're a good mid laner, but I just haven't seen enough of you play, I guess, to have the fear instilled in me yet. And this one did it. So good on you.
No, my pleasure.
So
what was your thought process going in? Is there a reason why you're picking main assassin ships? Starting with Katarina. I know you first, but the first rotation you picked Katarina.
Yeah,
into
so
Lux.
we picked Katarina because since they picked Sivir, Lux, and Ashe, I was like, the only person who can stop me is Ashe, and that's not gonna happen because Ashe gets exploded. So it's possible, but I took the calculated risk, and then they ended up picking two other people that couldn't stop me, Scion and someone else. So they couldn't stop Belveth, yeah. They couldn't really stop me reliably, so it was just the team to play Katarina into.
Yeah, it looked like it worked really well too. You were positioning properly. A lot of the fights felt relatively calculated with what you were doing. It was impressive to watch. I'm not sure what the record is for PMA LCS on kills, but you are getting darn close in that game. I forget what your total was. It 25 at the end?
Yeah, it was 25.
Yeah, it's
also,
crazy.
Alec, walk me through buying a naked book and then immediately filling it. How does that
Oh,
feel?
you know, I have this thing. A lot of people, I guess, have it where it's like the Magea's curse. You buy it and you die. So I just promised myself, like, if I buy this, just get the next kill very carefully so you don't just die immediately. Because I always buy Magea's and die immediately.
Your next 4 kills were underneath the bot tier 2. What? I call bullshit. But anyways, no, I mean it worked for sure. So like, honestly, props to you. How does it feel playing on this team? Like, I know you've played on. Is this your 3rd or 4th time playing in a split?
Maybe 3rd main split.
Okay.
Yeah, 3rd big split.
Yeah, how is the team feeling? I know this is put together by the one and only General Dill, and you've got some really solid players from the lower division to kind of coordinate with you. So how is it going so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going pretty well because even though in the first game I kind of stomped, I feel like even if I went like, I don't know, 2-2, we probably still would have had the other players because they did well. And then that happened in the second game where I kind of died a bit more, and ended up being bot lane that had more kills carrying. So
Yeah.
excited for the season.
All right. Do we have any questions from chat? Not yet. Anything you want to ask, Sky?
No, I got all my questions in already.
All right. Well, I think. Do you want to give any shout outs to anyone watching or anyone that you know in the league that might see this in the VOD?
Oh, hi Elliot. I'm for you next. I'm sorry. I love you.
He didn't
yeah.
add an ooh woo. Tension?
No, ooh woo.
Anyways, I think I'm going to call it there for the PMA LCS broadcast. This has been Landon Icy Memes Ellis and my co-caster.
My name is Pedestrian1379 or Sky Haze.
And we will be signing off. Tune in next time to catch, should be my team, Team Baking Dish versus, I don't know, Packers team, whatever their name is. Goated lads and handsome fellas. Should be a time. Good night.